guys? Crazy Tales one back for another WWE review, and today I'm reviewing the season premiere, the season 5 episode of Tough Enough, titled "Get Your Teeth Out of My Ring." Sorry about that delay, guys. Like today's review, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Before I start, I should probably talk about what Tough Enough is. Tough Enough is basically a reality TV show based to find the WWE superstars, to find next WWE superstar, basically, or diva. This is a chance to both of them. Pretty much, basically, it ran and started in 2001, I believe, 2001 to 2002. I don't really remember. It was definitely 2001. 2002 it was still there because I remember Maven. I do remember that. It might have been 2001. I don't remember. Either way, it was a reality show. It was successful. It stopped doing it. Decided to bring it back. 2011 is actually going on this year as well. It premieres in June. And new season Tough Enough will be on USA Network. Anyway, this season, 2011, since it's new contestants, get eliminated every week, blah blah blah. Tough Enough, even though if you win it, there's not a guarantee, as it shows, because people who didn't win it actually are in WWE right now. Ryback didn't win it. He's in WWE today. In the Miz, I don't remember if he won it or not. I actually had to look back on that thanks to WWE Network. I'm actually reviewing this episode because I saw it on WWE Network for only $9.99 a month, by the way. That you're welcome for that, WWE. And I remember this. I remember seeing it. I saw this the whole season when it was airing on USA. It's just that I had to refresh my memory of what it was, because I forgot all the people's names and whatever. Because I'll get to that later. I refreshed my knowledge to things Day Network. I was able to rewatch this episode. Basically starts off with intro Stone Cold Steve Austin telling him who he is, tough enough, it's not a guarantee, blah blah blah. Then introduces some of the main people on the show. Luke, who's a pretty boy, has tons of charisma, and hopefully he wants to make it. Ramina, for Rihanna, whatever her name is, she was actually Miss USA. They had a big deal about that in 2011, and she decided to go on Tough Enough for that. Eric, who's the big man of the group, big tall guy who has a handicapped brother, so that's why he's doing this. Eva Lisa, or Eva Lee, whatever her name is, she's an indie wrestler, so they decided to put her on there. Matt is the high flyer indie. He was on the independent scene for like 9 years, so that was a good one. Jeremiah, he's a farmer and an MMA fighter, which is actually pretty interesting to have that on there. And then after they introduce those people, they come inside the ring, and they didn't actually go inside the ring. They came inside the arena from the back of the stage and ran up to Stone Cold. Stone Cold talked about how this is a commitment. So the very first thing to do is to clean up after the show, which I think was NXT at that time. It was clean up NXT. So yeah, they was cleaning up that. But they had to just clean up the show and whatnot, blah blah blah. Back to my notes. They actually talked about more of the other people. Michelle, who has 11 years of experience, quote unquote, in the WWE. Ariana. Now I'm just gonna stop right here. Ariana. If you don't know who Ariana is, she is in WWE known as Cameron. Ariana, aka Cameron, in WWE. I'm about to get to her at the end of the review. That's all I'm saying. Mikkel, whatever his name is, he is a laid off guy who his wife is now providing. Well, I'm pretty sure not 2015, I don't think. But, and this time 2011, his wife was sorry about that, guys. Just had something just stuck in there. His wife laid, his company got laid off, so his wife is bringing in the money, so that's why he's doing this. And the first job, cleanup duty, like I said before. They arrive at their mansion, and then there's already tension between Rihanna and Mikkel, blah blah blah. They also see Trish Stratus, Booker T, and Bill DeMott. They got introduced. They also revealed a Tough Enough belt. Basically, if you get eliminated, you gotta get back Tough Enough belt. If you hold it to the end, you obviously win. That's the whole point of that. Ariana argues with Mikkel, saying Mikkel basically said the only reason why the females are actually here because they're assets. You get the idea, blah blah blah. The girls take offense to that, which is ironic coming from Ariana, which I get to in a little bit. First day of training, basically what I did, which is nothing compared to what I do in basic training, which I'm not even gonna say anything, which makes you think I could actually be a WWE superstar, actually. But that's besides the point. They were just doing crunches, push-ups, blah blah blah. They just wanted to see who can take a bump. So they took a bump, ran the ropes a little bit, and decided to see who can do a roll. Stone Cold Rob's on a bike like a badass as he always would. Ariana could not take a bump because she's very new to this. This is irony. First episode of Tough Enough, all I want to say is it was irony at its finest, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Michelle, she says she has 11 years, but she doesn't show it because she could barely take a bump. She didn't know how to roll, blah, blah, blah. She barely ran the ropes. Andy, we found another guy, Andy, he's 23, and he has a pregnant wife. That's why he's doing this. First skill challenge is basically 3 minutes of hell. They had to run the ropes for 3 minutes so you could last. Not about who lasts long, so who does it the best. Eric and Ariana, they did horrible at it because Ariana, she had to keep pulling her pants up, and Eric could not run the ropes for the life of him. He barely did. Jeremiah, he did it perfectly, just that his teeth fell out. The farmer guy, his teeth fell out. Rihanna, she did it, but she cheated. She cheated and Stone Cold saw it and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, Michelle, Eric, and Ariana were put up for elimination. Those three had talked to Stone Cold to see who deserves what. Eric reveals that he has an autistic brother he has to take care of, who's older than him, that he has to take care of. Michelle says she's going to put more work into, she has 11 years and she's going to definitely show it. Ariana shows that she has no experience whatsoever, saying that her favorite matches, I'll always remember this. Her favorite match was, she said, Alicia Fox and Melina, and the reaction of Stone Cold was like, who? That, I will always remember that. I don't even have to see Dave McWork to remember that. That was just so funny. At the end of the day, basically, he told Eric and Michelle to leave and told Ariana to leave, and she got eliminated. That was pretty much the end of the episode. Now, this is irony at its finest. Ariana is the first person to get eliminated from Tough Enough. This season there was a winner, but currently he is not even in the WWE anymore. He didn't even make it to WWE. He was only in FCW, which is now NXT. He never made up to the main roster. Ariana is the only person out of that whole season to be the first person eliminated, but the only person who's actually in the WWE. With Stone Cold, I remember Stone Cold saying, which was true. He said, you will be in the business one day, but just not right now. And it turns out that was truth be told, because Cameron is in the business. She just wasn't in it in 2011. She is now, and she said it in that panel with WWE 13. She's the only person who was here, who is still here. First person to get eliminated is the only person that's still here, and I will always remember that moment. It just shows that anything can happen in the WWE, as always, that they always said. Anyway, the first episode of Tough Enough 2011 was a pretty good episode. I got refreshed my memory with the other episodes, so when I do review them, you will get my review of them, the rest of the episodes. And I can't wait for Tough Enough 2015 to start in June on USA Network. Thank you guys for watching this review. If you like this review, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to anything else to my channel. This is Crazy House 1 signing off, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.